Harrison gave him a reason to live. Without that precious faith that God had blessed us with, I don't think Greg would have fought so hard to survive. So who am I to question God's timing? We thought Harrison had come too soon, but he came right on time. And Greg would continually ask me, when is Harrison coming? When is Harrison coming to see me? So that night, Darcy took Casey home with Harrison so she wouldn't be alone. And I needed to be at Greg's bedside at the hospital. So when I finally saw Greg post-surgery and recovery, he was anesthetized, covered with sweat and freezing to the touch, and his chest was quaking. And I kept saying to the nurse, he doesn't look right. He doesn't look right. Are you sure he's okay? Yes, he's fine. That's the anesthesia. I had trusted another nurse earlier in the day, but I didn't trust this one. They took Greg upstairs to his trauma ICU room, and when I walked into the room, they kicked me out. He was quaking, and his chest was shaking because his other lung had collapsed. When they reinflated his left lung, he had so many punctures that the air had seeped out and gone into his right chest cavity and collapsed his right lung also. And they were reinflating his right lung and putting in a chest tube. And so I spent that night and almost every night for the next 6 weeks in a chair beside his bed. I promised myself that I would be there as much as I possibly could to advocate for him. I don't know medicine, but I know my husband, and I knew when something was wrong. And I would encourage all of you, if you know someone who's seriously injured or needs you, be there with them if you can. Speak up if you need to. If you're wrong, that's okay. But try to be there by their side. Sometimes you might have some insight that could be helpful.